All right, we're back. I don't know, that was freaking weird. Camera had been working, it was up there, I went streaming, it went dead. Who knows? Linux. So we're fixed, and now we are back. So I was initially going to start working on this new project for work, but I've got a new box that I'm setting up for it, and I don't quite have it ready yet to start doing the build on that. I might try and do some work on that this evening so that maybe tomorrow I can start streaming on that. So I figured let's finish working on the bot. I'm trying to remember who brought it up. Was it you, Zanus, or was it Rockerboo who brought up the idea of blinking these KeyLights that are front lighting me? I think we should do that. So I started looking at it. It turns out they, just like everything else, they're friggin' exposed over HTTP, and we can hit them. And then I found a library for it, so we don't even have to write the logic. So I figured, let's do this. We need tunes. Let's see audio. There we go. They're not hue. So what these are so they're these things, these Elgato key lights, and I have two of them kind of set up like this, off to my sides. And so I have a Python script right now that is controlling them. So because I used to control them with the Stream Deck, I can't do that anymore. So now I have like this streaming directory with scripts in it, and then I have a little KeyLight script that I can turn them off and on with. So we're gonna do that, but we're gonna do it with the bot so that you can have like a strobe effect or something. So we're gonna start there. The first thing we need to do for this is, I guess, we need to pull in this library. We're going to use all of these for now. And then we have to build the action for it. Oops. Okay, so I'll open up this just so we can make sense of this directory structure. So inside of our modules directory, we have these folders. So we're going to create a new one. We're going to call that KeyLight. Oops. And we'll close that. All right. So let's go open that up. Package KeyLight. And then we had that. If it's still, there we go. All right, let's go look up an example here. Examples flash. I like it already. Ooh, okay. So we've got some logic to discover them. Do we need to discover them is the question. And let me know how the audio levels are here, both with my microphone and with the background music. I haven't really recorded anything and listened to it since I switched over to Linux, so they could be like all jacked up. I'm just going based off of the audio meters I see on OBS. Okay, so let's see. So this is, we're creating a context. We're throwing out a go routine to try to discover them. I don't see where they're stored anywhere though. Oh, okay, so we're calling discovery run, so I'm guessing this will contain them, okay. All right, so we get a results channel that's going to pass us our lights. And then fetch accessory information. Okay, so this is just giving us information about the lights, what their names are. And then first light, current options. We're taking what the options are now. And then, okay, and then we're setting stuff. Okay, so this makes sense. So let's figure out how much of this we need. I prefer not to have to detect them. I mean, I guess let's go pull up the. We're gonna pull up the documentation for this library because I'm curious. Like, can we just give it a list of our lights? Because I don't know whether I like the idea of just discovering all of them that exist. So let's find it. Package.go.dev. All right, so okay, so it looks like discovery is our only way to do it. It currently does not filter the results, so may return non-KeyLight entities if they expose the elg._tcp service over MDNS. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll just start. We're going to copy this code because that is the way you program. Oh, you want me to drop the link to the thing? If you want to do that, you can. I don't have Discord open on this computer. It's over like on my laptop, which is all closed. Okay, so we need all this logic. I'm just going to take this for now because you know what? We need let's copy a let's copy another module really quick because there's a bunch of stuff in like the setup that we want to take. So hey, what's going on, Cubes Voxel? Cubes Voxel, wow. Like I can't speak today. Apparently I can't type. I spelled wasted wrong earlier too. What's going on, Aaron? All right, so every module we have declares every module needs to declare an init function that we have. Good morning, Isaiah. What's going on? I'm just fumbling around with audio today. It turns out I spent hours trying to diagnose an audio problem that turns out to be some sort of weird feedback issue when I'm trying to monitor my own sound, which I only discovered by trying to figure out the VST plugins in Linux so that I could get our voice effects back. Okay, so this is where we register our actions, right? And we're gonna need one of these. So this is gonna be called, I guess it would be a brightness action. Brightness action. And then we would also have a power action. We're going to call that something else. We're going to leave power for now. All right, so that's where our config comes in. We don't have a config, so we don't really care about that. All right. So my name is not Eric.dev in Discord just because I'm in many Discords. All right, so we're going to return nil here. So this sort of gives us our starting point that we need for this. And in this init function is really where we want all of this sort of logic to live. So here's what we're going to do. And that's going to blow up because where's our KeyLight import? Okay. I don't like when this happens, but oh yeah, you're right. I can use nicknames. I'll have to set that up. Okay, so we're gonna come in here. We're gonna return fumped.error f. Okay. So discovery declared not used. We know that. All right. So what we're probably going to need to do is, I don't know what the type is here, but we want a slice of, I'm going to call, oh, there we go. KeyLight dot KeyLight. Okay. And then what we should do is now map lights. What is that doing? Minecraft Discord questioning. So actually, so a lot of my Twitch streaming started because I have kids and they freaking love Minecraft, and they're also somewhat interested in learning to program, you know? And so this whole epidemic thing happened and everybody was stuck at home and everybody's bored. And so I decided to start streaming on Twitch, trying to teach people to program, just like basic stuff. And I figured the most intriguing way, rather than doing, you know, hello world applications, was to build a Minecraft mod. So that's what we did. I don't even know how many streams for that. Do you know, Aaron? Probably close to 10. I don't know. Doing random things, making snowmen attack each other and making pigs grow really big and explode and all kinds of stuff. Okay, what is this map lights function? Is it being used? 4 lights range. Oh, okay. So this is just calling this function on each light. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. So we want discovery shutdown function. What is this? Where is that even called from? Oh, okay. So this is after it gets the first light, it's shutting down. So I wonder if that hangs forever or whether the channel closes. I guess we're gonna find out. So here's what we're gonna do. So we need to, I hate using the mouse. Okay, so we've got our discovery here. Nope, that's not where we want it. We're gonna paste all that in. So we spin off a go routine. Yeah, we're just gonna have to print that because at this point we're in a go routine, so we're not returning from this function. I mean, we could set the error up here if we wanted to, right? We could say error equal to nil, and we could do this, and then all right, and then we're gonna do a fumped error f. So now we're running our discovery, and then what did we have? All right, so discovery gives us a results chan. So we're gonna range over that, and we're gonna do this synchronously for now. So this is gonna be light, I guess. Light equals range over discovery dot result chan. Whoa, what are you talking about? Results chan. And it's returning back a pointer to a KeyLight. So that's what we want. We want to go to line 12. And we're going to get a pointer. Okay. At what age should I start programming with the children? Do they need any specific knowledge? That's actually something I still struggle with. So, you know, I have teenagers, but I also have kids that are, you know, around the 10-year-old range. And that's where they start getting interested, but their attention span is very, very small. So I find that just finding things that you can do where there's an immediate sort of result from it keeps them more engaged, and even then it's small windows of time. So you're really kind of like sprinkling them with it a little at a time, because at first it's a lot of work. If you remember, like just to get the foundation built up, it's so much work. So you don't want to like bore them to tears like trying to teach them everything at first. So, you know, I taught them a little JSON with doing the making the pigs explode and stuff. All of that in Minecraft, you can edit those things using just JSON. And so that was sort of a starting point for it. And that's the way I see it. They kind of come off and on with their interest in it, and that's okay, right? You know, I started at a young age, but I gamed a lot too, and then I would program a little, and then eventually I sort of got like a base knowledge where then I was just hooked, and that's all I could think about. How old are your kids? What's in my OPSEC? Okay. Results chain. So here we should be able to say lights equals append lights, right? Light. And I think that's good. You were thinking of PowerShell? I mean, it depends on the age and how much interest, you know, like if you have kids that are 15, 16, 17 years old, it's a lot easier to hold their attention. If you want to teach your 10-year-old, they want to see some stuff. They want to see you automate, you know, mining stuff in Minecraft so that they don't have to do it. Also, you know, for getting kids interested in stuff too, at that age, these snap circuit sets are just amazing. You know, you actually build real circuits. They are the real components. They just snap together instead of needing to solder. Okay, so now at this point, we have our list of lights, hopefully. Let's print these out, and then we'll sort of see what happens at this point. Print line. And we need to change this. Our name is KeyLight. So we're registering our KeyLight. Oh, we've got to create these actions first. So we're just going to jump to this. Thanks for the follow, Program T. Actually, we don't need this anymore. All right, so let's implement this function now. Wait, where'd I go? Where did I go? There we go. All right, so the first one was brightness action. Brightness action. We're gonna copy that. Oh, we need to return nil. Thank you for the follow, Freber. All right, one of the other things, if everybody's interested, I am gonna, now that I'm on Arch and everything, I am gonna script the hell out of like launching all of these things Like I have this nice like i3 setup here where these are the bigger tabs, and then I have these things. And then just out of reach here, I will resize this so you all can see this. Oops. I hit Control R and refreshed the page instead of Alt R. What are you doing? There we go. So just out of reach, I have chat. So like this is all perfectly sized. You should get the I'm using Arch sound in your bot like the ones Begin has. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, pick darker light. Yeah, I mean, this sucks because of the browser, right? Maybe I should just open everything in links. Problem solved. All right, what was our other action? Power action. Anybody have a better name for that? But, oh, so what I was saying is I'm going to script all of this to just launch all of it and have it all ready to go. Set all of the colors of the stuff. Speaking of which, we need to get everybody here, the bot going, so you all can control the lights and sounds and whatnot. All right, so... Oh, let's build it. Oh, we need to enable it. So we have a config JSON now. I don't know how much you remember of this, Aaron, but things have changed. And I need to implement another thing too, and then it will be fully pulled off of my stream. So this is the KeyLight module. So we're only initializing modules you want. All right, let's see. I don't see anything for light discovery. What are we missing? Oh, here we go. Just took a second. Nope, I'm wrong. This is somebody saying something. So let's see. Fump. Oh, wait a second. We are not including this module anywhere. Right? Where are we importing these? Because this init function is not going to run. Oh, and we need to add this to our... crimes. KeyLight, go. All right. So that problem's fixed, right? Yeah, okay. So that's fixed. Now our issue is the fact that we are not including this anywhere. And I'm trying to remember where we imported everything else. Oh, right. It's not AirBot Dev, it's modules here. Oh. Because we happen to have commands. So that's how, I mean, really what we could do is we could come into the bot commands here, right? And then we could import. That'll throw away the error. Eric bot dev, modules, KeyLight. Maybe. So we're gonna just add a little to do after this. To do. Move this after we have Cobra command. Ooh, import cycle. Because we're importing it here. Crap. All right. Let's go into our command directory. And we'll just put it in the root for now. Eventually, we're going to implement commands so that almost everything we can do from chat, we can do through the command line. And I might even implement a lot of this stuff. That way, the stuff that I'm scripting just calls out to the bot to do so. And I'm thinking about some commands that talk to the bot over WebSocket too. All right. Error redeclared in block. At least now we are getting errors related to our project. All right. Error redeclared. Oh, yeah. Oh, I still want to set it to nil. It just already exists. Too many variables in range on line 37. Oh, it's a channel. Aaron, you should have caught that. What, are you working or something? And we're not going to have a shutdown function for now. Work is not allowed. Thanks for the follow, Meister. All right, Eric bot dev run. Boom. All right, so here's one of the key lights. There should be two though. And there's the second key light. And let's see whether this thing times out. Oh, this is the first time you've seen Go Code. Well, welcome. I think you're going to like it. Oh, your work is not as cool as controlling key lights? Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, feel free to ask questions. We got a lot of gophers in here. And I'm happy to sideline for people to kind of explain concepts too. All right, so it looks like we're going to need that shutdown function. And so here's the question. We can either let it go for some period of time and assume that we've picked up all of the lights, or we don't know whether that ended. That's true. Let's look here. Found %d lights, key lights, and then we'll pass it the length of lights. If I remember to close my string. Okay. We're gonna because I put it back. It's my first day programming, everybody. It kind of feels like it. Okay, we're going to give this a second and see whether it ends. And if not, then we know it's sort of like this continuous thing that's running. And if that's the case, do we care? Do we care? Because we could, in theory, throw this in a Go routine. Yeah, so here's our options, Rockerboo. So we can either, in the config.json here, right? Let's just v-split this real quick so we can see. We've got these sort of configurations that are module specific. We can either put in this module config the number of lights we're looking for, and then we stop looking after that. Okay. We could search for lights for some period of time and then stop and assume after 10 seconds or something we've found all of the lights. Or we can throw this in a go routine and let it run continuously. And if new lights become discoverable, then it just, you know. What's the IDE? You mean what am I editing code in? This is NeoVim. Which is like another build of Vim that aims to solve a lot of issues that Vim has. And significantly more performant. It's got some of the built-in language server protocol. Is it only for Mac? So I am actually on Linux right now. But you can get NeoVim for Windows, you can get it for Linux, you can get it for Mac. How often are you changing lights though? Maybe just make it run a discovery. So that's the problem, Rocker Boo, is the discovery seems to be taking a long time. Oh no, another Vim shill? We'll allow it. Apparently shill gets picked up by AutoMod. Okay, so yeah, so we never see this light count, which means the discovery is actually running forever. So I think that's where our issue is. We don't want it to run forever because then it actually locks up the rest of the startup process for the bot. So if we don't care, we want to make this safe though. So what we could do is create a mutex around this, right? If we wrap that in we use a mutex for that, then what we can do is we could that's gonna go away. So now we spin this up in a go routine, and then we can basically, every iteration through this loop that we find a light, then we can do an mu.lock. Actually, you know what? Let's do a read-write mutex. And then we want to lock it, and then we're gonna mu.unlock. We can't use a defer here because a defer is when the function exits, not the loop. Eric.dev, didn't think about that one. I think shill is sometimes interpreted as anti. Oh, yeah, that's true too. Who needs safety? Do it in runtime. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got our mutex here. Now we just have to remember anytime that we access these lights that we also need to wrap it in a mutex. So now if we restart this, it should, let's just put code here. And we'll remove this, but we just want to prove that we are making it to the end of that. Yep. Okay. So, you know, if you run a command too quickly and the discovery process hasn't taken place yet, then we also may have an issue. But, and I mean, we could add a to-do here maybe that says something like to-do, wait till at least one light is found, then loop looking for others, right? And then we could also time out after some period of time not finding a light and error. Because I guess the assumption would be that if you've enabled this module, that you have at least one light. Nice scenery behind, or scenario behind me. Yeah, so you can actually control all of this stuff too. Everybody in the chat will show off some of that stuff. Let me make sure the bot code browser source here is running. I don't know that I have it added. All right, so sound should work now. But yeah, so there are commands you can run. You can blink them. You can change their colors. Right now, you can only do them all collectively as one. But we're gonna add some stuff in order to allow you to select individual lights as well. Is sound not working again? Why is sound always broken? Wait, you what? I don't know. I don't understand.
Super creative.
How did I do all of that? So that is actually what we are working on right now. So this bot, yeah, so I just heard it. Did you hear it? The super creative? Let's see. Okay, good. Yeah, so what this whole project is the bot you see everybody interacting with. So I have some code here that talks to over HTTP to a Philips Hue bridge, which controls all of the lights and things like that. And so what we are working on is this code for this Twitch bot, which monitors commands in the channel. So say like room alarm. Well, that's the trigger. So let's find one here. Hue. So you see this hue here. That's the name of the command. That's the thing you type in the chat, whether or not it's enabled, whether it can be ran offline. And then there's like this list of actions that we run. And this hue room action is passing some arguments. And then this map is saying the first thing you type after hue is going to be mapped to this hue argument that goes there. And then we have inside this modules directory here, this hue. And so this is what ultimately gets called, and it goes out and calls a function and changes the color. Do you have the, yeah, I heard it. Or pink, blah, blah, blah. Okay, congrats, bro. It's really cool. I'm really surprised. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we've got a ton more ideas. So right now, the thing that we are working on is I have streaming scripts. I have this Python script to do it right now, but I have these key lights right here. They're big lights that light me from the front to separate me from the background. And we can talk to those over HTTP. So what we're working on right now is the ability for this bot to control those. Do you have only Hue products? I've added Groves. Yeah, so right now all I have is Hue. Okay, so we've got this, that's fine. We've discovered the lights. So now we should be able to implement one of these. So let's implement the power one first. And let's go find the code. Yeah, so these are the key lights we're talking about. And close that. Okay, so it looks like what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the options, copy them, and then call this update. And so this is just doing a blink. Oh, so that's the reason it's keeping the current is to restore them. So, okay, we're gonna use this as the starting point. Whoa, I don't know what that was all about. Okay, so we need to loop. Excuse me. All right. So we're going to loop over each of these lights. We don't care about the ID. We do care about the light. Range over lights. Oh, wait. I almost did it, everybody. We need the read locker. And then we're going to defer. And if you're new to Go, this is really... So this is really the way you want to do this if you're new to Go. So we're going to do the unlock up here. And that's the nice thing about defer is we can keep these things like the opening and closing of things close together. They sort of get lost and you forget about them later, which can be really problematic. And this is going to say, when this function returns, I want you to call this function. And if we had a couple of them, then they're going to be called in the order that they were in reverse order. So hold on, let me add one. Let's just say defer shutdown was a thing.
Someone find you interesting, sir. It appears we have a new
Thanks for the follow, Team Unix. So shutdown would be called first. then this. So they're called in reverse order. Coronavirus. No, I've just been talking a lot. So, like, my voice is just super, super dry. Okay, so we have our mutex, so we can safely access this array. Now we're going to range over these, each light. And then all of this is going to get shifted in. And then this has like this first light thing, but that's not what we want. This is just going to be light dot. Okay. We need to change this to a funct.
Someone find you interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
There's a bunch of those too. If you do, yeah, there you go. And then we're not going to worry about brightness here. We're just going to set on. Oh, so we need this as an option. So for now, an argument. Actually, let's just do that. So if we look at some of our other...
I believe this person has questionable motives. Are you quite sure they can be trusted?
If we're talking about Aaron, no.
Sir, I believe this person has questionable motives. Are you quite sure they can be trusted?
Alright, so in here, the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we know whether or not you want it on. That's required. Okay. And then we're going to say if a.args on is true. We can probably make this like a truthy thing, but that's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So, okay. If it's not true, then we're going to assume you mean off. Okay, so that's going to set it based on the argument. We're good there. This is light. We're updating the options. Ooh, how did you get there? Alright. Wait, we have some duplicate code here, everybody. Okay. So, let's see whether this compiles. No. Line 67. I do this all of the time. All of the time I forget to put the name of the thing I'm ranging over. Alright, line 72. Undefined current options. What? What did I do here? Okay. Undefined map lights. That's fine. We know that because we're not actually trying to do this map light thing. Wait a second. Whoops, the P works. It's even telling you inline now. If my Vim is tabbed in, I have to fix it with... Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so we've got to look at this. So this is passing at the new options. New options lights. Hold on. So this has a list of the lights. I'm confused. So This is an individual light, right? Yeah, it's a pointer to a key light. Ooh. It's a pointer to a key light. What does it return? It returns a pointer to a key light options. Okay. I'm jumping all over the place. So in our key light options, do you have the key light pi code? Oh yeah, so I actually found a library for that. Here, we can go look at that real quick. Sender streaming scripts, key light. So I actually found a module called leg light for it, and I manually just put in the IP addresses and it had some stuff for it. It's pretty straightforward. And I mean, we can go look for I will drop this in the channel. And now we're working on like Go code that does the same thing. Except ours is slightly more confusing because we're trying to build this like modular thing so the bot can control it. All right, so let's see. Oh wait, we were still figuring this out, what this map thing was, because new options has a list of lights. Okay. Because we could a key light. Wait, what? This makes no sense. All right, so we have a key light here, right? Does key light? No, it's its own type. Look at this, you guys. All right, here we go. We got new ops. Then we have lights. No. New ops, stop, lights. And that is a slice to pointers of key lights. All right, I want to look at the docs for this because what the crap is this? Rocker Boo knew it was me because of all the noob questions. Exactly. No, I'm not using Arduino. So the Philips Hue lights. Are you talking about the key lights or the colored lights? So they all actually have an HTTP interface. So the key light ones each register themselves to the network and they use MDNS. The Philips Hue ones have like, here's like a starter kit. In the starter kit, you can see like this device. They all talk like Bluetooth low energy to this device, and this device is on the network, and you can talk to that over HTTP. So all of the lights from our standpoint, we're communicating with them over HTTP. You can see in the background, I do have some electronic stuff where I have built some things like hats for pies and things like that that do things when the cluster is being communicated with. But none of this has required me to create any IoT things. I'm happy to. I actually kind of had the idea of like creating like an electronic squirt gun that squirts at me based on bot commands. That would be kind of fun to build. I'd have to figure out a setup to stream over there working at the desk. I do have a camera I could put on a tripod probably. All right, so I'm trying to make sense of this. So new ops is giving us key lights. That's what we were looking at. So we have a key light, right? But it said key light. Is that a... No, that is a thing. That is a thing. Oh. So what I'm really confused by here, though, is KeyLight lights seem to represent the options, right? For a KeyLight. And KeyLight options is a slice of those things. So how is this configuring it? Are they index based? Like, how is this mapping to the actual list of lights? Because when we discover them, we get these, right? And that tells us how over DNS to refer to them. So is this automatically the order that they're in? I mean, I think we're going to end up like, and does this contain all, it shouldn't contain all of the lights, right? Yes, so we call fetch light options on each key light. Is this if they're like chained together or something? All right, I guess we're gonna have to assume we're gonna do the same thing that they do here. We're gonna range over these. Just we don't need the index. We do need L. So we're gonna range over new ops dot lights. We're gonna get rid of that. Get rid of that. So we're gonna kind of follow the same logic. I'm still not sure why what the hierarchy of that looks like, but we're gonna roll with it. We'll assume that we need to do the same thing. So now in this case, let's make sure we compile. Okay, we compile. Is everybody ready to turn this into a command? So now we need, oh, we can't open that from here. Let's open config JSON, and we're just gonna steal one. Actually, wait, we had, the voice ones had a sleep in them. So if we just copy that, right? Let's make sure that's the one I think it is. Okay. Where are you ending? That's commands. All right, so this is exactly where we want to be. Boom. There. And we're going to say, I don't know. Oops. Strobe. We don't need a name. Okay, so this is our KeyLight. All right, that's our KeyLight, and what did we call that? What did we call that action? Oh, we named it this. Power and brightness. Okay, so KeyLight, power, args. This we called on, true. We don't need to map any arguments. Then we're gonna leave our bot sleep. We'll do it for 1 second. I don't know. Oh no, we want off. Then KeyLight, power, on. Oops, on. True. All right, we ready? KeyLight is a type of light. Light is what they are, a light, I think. All right, here we go. Is it gonna work? No. Stack trace. Okay. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? Well, that is... Let's... Alright. Unlock of unlocked read-write mutex. Sync. Unlock of unlocked mutex. Did we forget something? What did we forget? Aaron, are you sleeping at the wheel again? Alright. Oh. No, that should be right. R unlock. Rookie mistakes. So this is differentiating between the types of locks we can have. So we created what's known as a read-write mutex, which separates the idea that I need to change this thing versus I just need access to read from it. So our go routine in the beginning that's continuously trying to discover new lights is locking it as it finds them. And then that's what lock and unlock do. But in this case, we want to access it. So we're going to get a read lock, and then we need to tell it we're going to unlock it, which basically sets counters. And so, yeah, we tried to unlock it as if we had locked it for writing, but we had only locked it for reading. Strobe. So that did not work. Why did that not work? Result of thumped error. Oh, wait. Because return there. So let's debug. We print each light. Updating light options. All right, so error executing command failed to retrieve light options. Connection refused. Interesting. What is this? What service? Failed to retrieve light options. So this is interesting, the TCP address that it's giving us. Right. So the interesting thing though here is if we look at this, the Python script, KeyLight. Right, I have these IP addresses that are on my actual subnet. It is complaining about this 23 dot address, which I find interesting. Same port. I mean, it's routable. Is that what port it was? 9123. have netcat? Really? Connection refused. But we can communicate with them over this. We can communicate with them over IP addresses. Yeah, so that's the confusion I have right now. That's not my subnet. 23. I don't believe that is. No, so the Python one is not still connected. It is only it only connects really quick and then shuts down. Yeah, so weird. I don't really care about that. So yeah, I'm just seeing if it resolves. I know that it's using like MDNS. But this, so it resolves. Curious here. So we can't communicate with it there. What was that IP address? Well, that's saying it can't be connected to either. Right, but we had that IP address, right? We had 192.168.1.17 was one of them. So we can reach it, and we can reach it over this IP address. However, if we take this and try and do it on the IP address it's trying to communicate with, I'm assuming. So we can't connect to it. So why is it getting that address? That's what I don't understand. Let's print out again what it's finding when it discovers them. Here I was thinking, hey, let's do something cool and really fast, you know? Right, okay, so here. Discovered light. Why does it want to do the external address? Does Elgato have a cloud interface? I don't know. Actually, who owns that? It's owned by Akamai. So why is that? Why is it hitting a CDN? That makes no freaking sense. All right. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh. Huh. So now I'm kind of thinking maybe we adjust what this code does. Let's look at the library. Is there a way for me to just take the IP addresses and do something with them? Because I don't like this. I don't like that this is resolving. It's using some sort of MDNS thing to resolve to some external IP. Yeah, I could just have Go trigger the Python thing, but I'd much rather like have all of this be, you know, a static binary. What's going on, iHeart Coding? All right, so let's go look at this. Let's figure out what else we can do. Thanks for the follow, iHeart Coding. All right, so DNS address. Let's see. Here's the thought. We can either, one, see whether we can create our own list of these, where we supply the port and DNS address, and see whether an IP address will work there. Or we can go look at the code for this and just implement the part of it that we are interested in. Because it's using, oh, it's using like bonjour and crap. What is all that? I mean, because this is pretty straightforward. Like, look when we hit on this port. Like, this is, let's do this ourselves. That's my thought. Screw this plugin. We're just going to implement it the same way we do. No, you can use bonjour on anything. But, and I'd be okay with using it if it freaking actually worked, but like that's not what's happening right now. And I'm guessing that's how the control center discovers them too. All right, let's take a vote. How many people want to see whether we can get bonjour working? How many people want to just say, screw it, and we'll just use Go's built-in HTTP libraries and unmarshal this crap? You're neutral. Do it yourself? All right. I mean, because, I mean, in theory, we could probably take their library and, you know, make it work for our stuff too. Because it's not, there's not a lot here, right? There's a couple of types, which we would just be creating ourselves, right? Really, the complexity in theirs is the bonjour logic, I think. Oh yeah, really complex. Yeah, it looks like they are just importing a library themselves. So let's look at their bonjour library there too. The only difficulty here is that you will have to figure out the IP addresses of your lights, but maybe being more explicit is a good thing. So, all right, we roll our own. That's what we're gonna do. Less imports. So let's open up our config. We're going to need a config for KeyLight. And it's going to have lights, I guess. I mean, this is probably good anyway. I can't remember whether you can set static IPs on them. I do it on my router by MAC address. Yeah. All right. So maybe we time box this so there's sort of like both have their own appeal, right? So one of them being very explicit, like what if you had 5 of these things? I don't know. Maybe you're just like rolling in dough and you've got, 15 in your house. Maybe being explicit is a good thing because Bonjour is going to just tell you all of them and maybe even things that aren't KeyLights. But being explicit also requires more work up front, but it's work you only have to do one time too. Like, we could knock this thing out pretty quickly by just putting some IP addresses here, right? We had 192.168.1. Yeah, so that's the same way the hue lights work. But our issue though is, yeah, I mean, so we could have this lights thing and do name here, right? And then because when we discover them, you can see that they have names and you can set the names through like the app on your phone. And, if you have a Windows computer that you set these things up. So like, oh, I guess I didn't rename one. So here's KeyLight 1 and this one was whatever its default name is. But we have to figure out why the MDNS stuff is not working. And, to be 100% honest, it's been years since I've done anything with MDNS. Right. So I don't understand. Yeah, and so that's my confusion is why was the DNS pointed to the cloud? And so here's what we can do. TCP. Or no, it's going to be UDP port 50. I can't type, and apparently I need to run this as root. Okay, so I think we can Wireshark this, and we'll see what's coming back. So that's running. Sudo. I don't know where this is going to open up on my screen. Yeah, of course that's where it's going to open up. Super tiny Wireshark. And my font size is crazy small. Yeah, so this is my new Linux setup. It's even tiny for me, so... oh, because I don't have a profile set up. It is. So I have I have my platform. I have a theme set up here with fonts for GTK. Is Wireshark? Let's find out. QT font DPI. I can't remember if Wireshark's GTK or QT. 192. There we go. It's QT. All right, so we want UDP Port 53. I'm gonna start capturing. We'll close that. Thank you for the follow, LC Gent. Okay, so here is DNS. Slack. Here's Hue. Dropbox. Pretzel Rocks. I don't see anything for Bonjour. What am I missing? Way to flaunt your working GTK. I still can't figure it out. We're all still trying to figure it out, Rocker Boo. Remember, you met me in the Windows world during my experiment, but I've spent most of my life in Linux, so they're just struggles I've had many times. And you can see I still get it wrong where my fonts are all jacked up. All right, so why are we not catching... Oh, it's 5353 for MDNS? All right, that would explain it. All right. No, that's not right. I don't think it's 5353. That doesn't sound right. I just don't understand how I could be getting it wrong. It doesn't have a runtime or debugger, so it doesn't let you see what's going on. Yeah. What's just Avahi instead? What do you mean, Xanus? What's just dumb is it's working fine until I reset my dot files, which messed stuff up, but I realized one settings file. Yeah, check your environment variables. Check your also check your .config GTK directories. There's also a GTK RC2, GTK2 RC, something like that. Check your dot profile. So why? UDP 5353. Let's say UDP port. Why is that broken? UDP port. Port. UDP port 53. What am I missing here? Am I messing up my freaking... It's kind of crazy. I haven't used Wireshark in a while. UDP only. Stop. port 5353. UDP dot port. What am I missing here? You all just saw me do this, right? Firewall. I don't know what you mean, Tannis. All right, let's Google this. Let's see. Wireshark filter by port. I don't want a display filter. I want a capture filter. Oh. Host. Am I in the wrong section? What did I screw up here? Is this display filters?
It is over here.
Oh, it is equal. Damn it. Still don't see it. Where is it? See results coming back. So that can't be it. It says it uses MDNS.
What is that?
What are we missing? All right. Oh, because we had all of this here. So we were only getting traffic on 5353 to begin with, so filtering it didn't really freaking matter. Ah. Computers are hard. Whoa. Did we just crash it? I think we just crashed it. Alright, so we want... Let's just say any. We're going to say UDP Port. No. Oh, there it is right there. There's our MDNS right here. So this is... Well, let's... All right. We should be able to... Oh, we don't see it respond though, right? Because our addresses were 17, right? Here I was, I seriously thought this was going to be like a quick thing. Turns out not so much. So we're looking for 17 or 242, right? But we don't see any of those respond. So we want that port. Yeah, I don't see this coming back. How does that keep... There we go. There we go. There's 17, right? 17 and 242. All right, our filter was still freaking port 53, so this is us right here. All right, let's stop the capture. So here's us responding. Cache flush. So why is this resolving? So here's our pointer record. So why is it getting that weird address? So it is responding with the correct domain name. Well, it's not that weird hyphenated thing. It's not a... I mean, it's not actually a valid domain. Phillips U hyphen. So I'm not seeing why this doesn't work. McCann, aren't all meetings the worst? Yeah, why does this keep resolving to this? Right. No packet containing that string. So where is it getting that from? And are they both the same? Let's look at that. So And this is also weird because this dot shouldn't be in it, right? That should be stripped off before it connects. Because that's not valid. So let's not. All right. Let's try this first. Well, we're not really trying anything. So saying failed to retrieve light options here. So we're gonna skip this one and see whether it's just one of them. Yeah. We're just gonna print it out and see whether it's just the first one, because right now we're returning, so we're never trying to get to the second light. Let's see whether there's just some weird error with that first light. I want to take this real quick and see. Can we hit that in the browser? No. I wonder if it's some sort of bug in the library or something. Because this is the domain. But when we go to do an HTTP request, it's going to use standard DNS and not MDNS. So we're going to check that. Let's see what happens. All right. Strobe, what say you? Okay. Let's look at this. Oh, I forgot to bump up my font size, everybody. All right, so I built this other script for doing this. We're just gonna spin this up. So I've got oh. That turns on the lights and bumps up my font size. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so here's where we discover the lights. And okay, so here we're failing to connect to F1FD. This 23 dot address. All right, so then of course it fails to update the lights because it couldn't connect to. Okay. Oh, so we need. It's still not getting the next iteration of the loop. So let's continue here to skip to the next one. This is turning out to be like quite the endeavor, everybody. Welcome back, Meiser. All right. Ooh, okay. What happened here? Failed to retrieve light options. No such host. Now I'm really confused because now we didn't get the failure to connect. We just got a DNS error. Did we hit strobe too quick? No such host. I don't like this. All right, so we have a couple of problems. One is that dot at the end of the domain. The other is I don't know whether. Let's look at the Oh, that's just their bonjour thing. Let's go look at this library. Like, is there something we can do in that library to translate some things? And are we missing anything in their code? It just creates a HTTP client. How old is this code? April 28th. And this worked for them? All right, let's go look. Package.go.dev/ does not pretend to be a full and valid implementation. Okay. So this is for the resolver. So can we use this to look up a legitimate IP address for it? Where's the discovery? Okay, so in their bonjour stuff, they create a new resolver. Okay, that's the results chan. All right. Browsing off of this. And they're getting back whatever that is that comes off the results channel. Let's go check it out. Wait. What is D? D is whatever resolver browse returns. All right, so this is the new resolver. We call browse on it. And then that's our entries. Wait. Yeah, so we're calling the browse, then we're passing in the results channel. Okay. So that's what this is. So it's returning a service entry. And a service entry has a host name, but it also has a IPv4 and IPv6 address. So, can you get advice about a little problem you have? Sure. And yeah, Xanos, that seems to be a common theme here where I'm having problems with libraries I try to use that should just freaking work. So, thanks for the follow, Night Dew. So I'm curious what these are. So inside this library, we are saving eHostName, which is this. But I'm kind of curious what these are. So we could fork this and modify that to see. Because that DNS address is not going to be valid for us. I don't believe.
Good day to you, madam.
I don't know whether Go's HTTP library you will leverage MDNS. Yeah, we're not really worried about this. What I want to know, I don't think that Go's net HTTP will use MDNS. I'm not really familiar with where those things are cached. Let's see. Linux MDNS cache. I want to read the cache. We're not on Windows. Yeah, it's not an Etsy host. Yeah, I think we're just going to get statistics there. So I don't know whether MDNS is going to end up caching in the same place, though. Because this should clearly work, right? What was the other one that came back? It was F1FD. F1FD. Yeah, so this isn't resolving for us. So we either have an MDNS issue or the fact that this is hosting. Let's see. Just thinking here, just thinking. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna copy all of this code right here. And we are going to bring it into our package. Wow, that is harsh. All right, modules, KeyLight, and we're just gonna call it bonjour.go. All right. Let's just bring this in for now. Yeah, I know that's not in our go mod file. We don't need Wireshark anymore. Let's just add this real quick. This could be the start of our own implementation. So we're going to start with just using this Bonjour library and undeclared name KeyLight. Yeah, I don't really care about all that. I'm just going to call this Discover. All right. Okay, return our error. We're not going to recreate anything new right now. I just want just a basic method here. And then we're not going to create any lights or anything. Okay. All right, so here we go. Here's our basic discovery logic. Wait, where's D? D. Nope, we're just gonna say resolver browse. And then we don't have a context, so we don't need to select on that. And okay, so here's everything. That's our service entry, right? And I am really curious about this IP address 4. I am also very curious about the host name. And yeah. Now in our init function here, I'm going to skip over all of this, and we are just going to call discover, and then we are going to return. All right, let's see what happens. Are you still here, Miser? I'm happy to answer your advice questions. I just noticed that. Host name undefined. I'm going to leave that open because I might need the IP addresses. Okay, so host name. Oh, so the IP address is nil. Is it an IPv6? It is also not an IPv6. I'm about to finish my CS degree and I'm wondering what language to learn for future-proof job prospects. I'm interested in creating web apps. I do have experience in OO and I'm learning more and more about functional programming, I'm assuming you're saying. What do you recommend? Are you more on the open source side of things? Do you like working with Linux? Do you like working with Windows? I mean, do you want to do front end of web apps, like web development side of things, or do you want to do like back end stuff where you're building, you know, systems programming level stuff, distributed systems? Unreachable code. Oh, right, because this runs forever. So they have no IP address. So that would explain why this library only cared about that. Java is really popular in a lot of places. ASP.NET as well, especially in the Windows world. Node is probably one of the things that's catching on the most out of those languages for kind of web development side of things. Go and Rust are really kind of taking off, especially, you know, doing server-side stuff, building your API servers in Go is becoming really, really popular. Rust is becoming very, very popular for systems level programming. It's still a little harder to do kind of like API server stuff. Not that you can't do it, not that it's hard, but it's definitely more efficient. Like you can build them faster in Go, at least from my experience. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Ideas, everybody, ideas. So this returns back freaking nothing. What does the text record say? What does the text record say? Okay, nothing useful. So how are we resolving this? If no IP address is coming back, how are we resolving this? How did their version resolve it? And I don't think they put anything in there. Yeah, just the example. Not helpful. Not helpful. So we have a service entry. How are we getting the service record? Oh wait, it has a service record on it. Instance. service. So that's embedded on it, but that still doesn't have any information. I mean, it assumes the domain. So I personally don't know a lot about Scala. I've known people who have learned it. I haven't personally used it. Yeah, so we have the DNS name there. Looks like it's resolving through MAC address. What do you mean, Cran? It's using MDNS. And so that sort of seems to be our trouble right now, is all of the code wants to call this over HTTP. And I'm trying to remember. Right, yeah. So it did have the MAC address. So yeah, that's my thought, is it's caching it locally. Can we? And the odd thing that we're seeing here, well, let me undo our code. That's just us playing. Is if we let this go, so we can see here we discover the light. It gives us this domain that was discovered over MDNS. If we try to actually call this, we will get a lot of connection refused on this IP address. Which seems to be an Akamai-owned IP address. And so that's sort of my confusion in what's going on with this. Although we opened up Wireshark, and Wireshark did look like the correct light was responding. We can do that real quick. Where's my... Oh, wait, no. We need a sudo qt font. Yeah, if we look here, we've got Udp Port 5353. And I'm just gonna close that real quick, and we'll see. And 246 and 17 hour are people. Or is it 242? I remember 17 being one of them. All right, let's look at our DNS. So we've got an A record for 1.17. So I don't... Is Dig install on here? No. Is it in Pac-Man? Ah. Where's our... What? Okay, where do you live? Arsh, Linux, dig. It's been years since I've used DNS lookup. And of course the lawn people are here, you know. Alright, what package are you in? K not. No, we don't want K dig. Bind has dig? We have to install bind to get dig? That makes no sense. None. What? Okay, so here's our A records for it. So we're getting these Akamai addresses. Why? Why are we getting Akamai addresses? So we can see here, flush. Time to live. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But it should still be responding. Is this only working because we don't have this running? Let's see. That's not the end. So now we're not getting anything for it. But we should. What is going on? This is interesting. You all were here a minute ago when I was able to get A records for this, right? This is strange. I don't understand how their code was ever working, and I don't understand why this is not working. I see the MDNS response. I see the proper IP address. I see the A record, but now I don't. So we know that's all coming back properly. That's kind of useless to us now. So why are we not getting these A records anymore? Did those go away when we were doing our discovery logic? Their discovery logic was the same though, right? That's one. Yeah, nothing. When did this break? And why? Why are we not getting back the A records? And is that the issue the whole time, is that sometimes we're getting A records and sometimes we're not getting A records? It's kind of funny. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. We'll just, you know, whip this out. All right. We don't need that. Exactly, Rocker Boo. Result of pumped error F call not used. Yeah. Where did we? Now that we know that's not the same. Oh, that's that logic. Nothing. I am at a loss for why this is not working. We're not gonna. Oops. We got the clips going, Rocker Boo. I think you probably have like all, if not like maybe like 95% of the clips for my channel. Why is this not? The views keep going up on what? The clips? I haven't been in there to check. All right. Let's see. Can we get? Let's see if we can find an MDNS library for Go, and then we'll see if we can do this. They recommend you your own clips. Nice. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's throw together some more sample code. And we're gonna see if we can like resolve these ourselves, and maybe we have to whip together something like maybe we have to throw together our own logic. So let's go into our bonjour.go. And I don't know, we're gonna call this func MDNS. I don't know. We're gonna clean this all up, but for now we're going to experiment and see what we can figure out. Oh, so that's its own thing. So it's going to be using the same exact thing as our Bonjour service. And we're just getting back service entries. So we're just going to get the same thing, aren't we? Package.go.dev. I guess we do have query. Query looks up a given service in a domain, waiting at most for timeout before finishing the query. The results are streamed to a channel. Sends will not block. Let's see. Service to look up domain. And it returns a service entry, which is the same thing. So it's the same exact stuff that we're getting back from the Bonjour thing. So where... I want to know where that IP address is coming from. That's what's really confusing me right now. If we do this strobe command... Okay, so now we get a lookup that fails. Let's look at our code really quick. Maybe we messed up something. No, because they're managing the service entries. They are managing that. And we're just spinning it up in a Go routine. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Because now I don't believe them. The views keep getting recommended, which... yeah, I know I made it. Exactly. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to close this. We are going to quit all of this. And we're going to... because now I am ridiculously curious about this. Git clone. Oh. Okay, so theirs doesn't work either. We've noticed that you have things in common with Rockerboo, so here's some recommended content from Rockerboo. Okay, so their own code doesn't work. So now the question is, does this work on a computer that is not Linux? Is there something going on with my MDNS stuff that maybe is not working like it's supposed to? Do I need to do anything special to get MDNS working on Arch? Let's see. Wait. Somebody mentioned this earlier in the channel too. Was that you, Xanus? Xanus is sitting here banging his fists on the desk like I freaking told you. I actually haven't, like, I used to do networking, and it's actually been a while. Is this run as a service? That is not what I wanted to do. Daemon not running. All right. Well, that's what I was curious about. How do I start the daemon? All I did was Google. I know nothing of Linux, so I have no idea how relevant it is. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. So there's an Avahi daemon. So sudo systemctl start Avahi daemon. I guess we'll enable this for now too. Ooh. This looks good. This looks good. No. But this time we did get it resolving to an IP address. I mean, we see lots of stuff in here, though. This is all like AirPlay stuff. You all get to, like, inspect my home. Alright, so this is all like Apple TVs and stuff. I don't see... Oh, wait, here we go. There's printers. Printers. What is all this? Alright, so here's the KeyLights. And here we go, look. So the address here is 242. Right? And I'm sure if we keep looking, we'll see a 17. And here it is. So host name. So this is correct. So as we suspected, so here's the thing that I don't necessarily understand about MDNS. Is the issue that nope. So here's those addresses. So where are these coming from? And now we're getting no such host. That's the F1FD. And now there's no A records for it. What is... And let's grab Elgato. We're gonna need set. No. 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 What's my flag for this? To tell me number of lines proceeding. B. That's what it is. Oh, we want... Is it A? Restart system D resolved. I mean, potentially, but I don't think that that's our issue. Because this continues to resolve the way it's supposed to. So I feel like there's something with the MDNS resolver that's happening inside that Go package. You think the device flops? I mean, every instance of this. Let's try it. I don't know. 1 second. Oh wait. I have to quote this, right? Whoa. Fonts are too small? Alright. Well, we can fix that. How's that? Better? Yeah, I was streaming in 1080, and then folks were telling me that it's not accessible for everybody. So I jumped down to 720, and I didn't really think about the font change. All right, so this looks like it's just sort of hanging here, that it's exactly as we expect it. Nothing is changing. Do we get A records here? No. So we might need to figure out how we can ask this local cache for the IP address, because that's really what we want, right? What is that? IPv. All right. By default, if you're getting IP using you're using DHCP, it can attempt to obtain IP. All right, that's not what we're looking for. Now you want me to... Yeah, I'm also using Alacrity. Now you want me to drop my frames per second too? Oh, you can't read that? There we go. There we go. Okay. So this is if we want to advertise. We don't want to advertise. All right. That's MDMS. Wait, to enable it, install NSS MDNS. What is that package? Yeah. Not much changes where we need a high frame per second. That's very true. What was that package? NSSMDMS. NSS. I mean, I don't really... Because it's just saying to start that Avahi daemon, which we already have done. Look at the terminal, it's sexy now. um, Interesting. So we lost every... Oh, no, there they are. Yeah, so they're still the same. So normal DNS is not resolving, and maybe this is just because we're going out to the router first and we're not trying to resolve it locally. What's the purpose of the bot? The bot is just for everybody to have fun, change the colors of the light, blink them, play sounds, and we're continuously kind of evolving it. So it's just to sort of make the channel more fun, I guess. And it seems like writing a Twitch bot is like a rite of passage for Twitch streamers, Twitch programming streams anyway. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe that is our issue. Maybe it has something to do with our local resolvers. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, resolve CTL. Let's see whether that hits us locally. Watch this just all be an environment thing. Oh, query. So what am I using for... Do I not have anything set up for doing it? I know I'm using systemd network D. Where's the config? I want to know where it is. If you were still on Windows, would have been done hours ago. That is quite possible. It is quite possible. Or if, you know, I was running like Ubuntu or something. That's it. No. I'm trying to remember the directory for systemd network D. There we go. Etsy systemd network. Of course, that makes sense. And where was that telling us it needed to be? Multicast. So I love this multicast DNS equals. Right, what is this supposed to equal? Yes? On? Enabled? Oh, we're not going to be able to set that either, you guys, because if I set that, I have to restart my networking, which is not going to play well with streaming. Well, I mean, it might pick up again. Who wants to try it? I don't know what that's supposed to equal. Oh, here we go. Default value false. Accepted values Boolean resolve. When set to resolve, only resolution is enabled, but not host or service registration and announcement. Okay, that's fine. That's what we want. All right. Oh, read only. Multicast DNS equals resolve. If it's a solution, you'll cry after stream, so you should go for it. Yeah, I hate that too. Vim should have a feature to reopen file with Vim. Yeah, just like escalate privileges would be awesome. All right. Reload. No. Set network. What's the service name? Do I have to restart? Oh yeah, so why is it not in there? Status systemd networkd dot service. Okay, it's running. Systemctl sudo systemctl reload systemd networkd dot service. Systemd network. I literally just called status on it. Systemd networkd. Okay, so we can't reload. We have to restart. So here we go. Wish me luck. If the stream stops, then I'll be back in a second. All right. It stopped. I haven't aired out yet. Okay, so now can we? All right, so here's our A records for the wrong spot. I feel like a networking idiot right now. So I see them listed here. Oh, crap. No, so we still have our same issue. Even though, in theory, we have a local resolver running. Oh, right. So we need, let me go in the bigger one. That may time out because I don't have bind or anything running. Because it's not a name server. Yeah, connection timed out. Because we're not actually running a server locally. Enables multicast DNS support when set resolve. No, but not host or service registration and announcement, which should work. I don't have a pie hole or anything now. I don't think I sudoed for that. So let's see, sudo system ctl status systemd resolve d dot service. All right. Bear with me. I just set up this system, so we're still figuring out stuff we're missing. No, that's still not hitting local. Resolve is running. Yeah, so that's another option, but also then it becomes like not usable for other people. We end up having to like tell everybody to go do that anyway. And really, if you're going to do that, so right now I have a streaming scripts. I have this library here in Python where I'm actually just communicating using the IP addresses. And so my thought was maybe we could just do that. And that was the initial idea. But there's this bonjour service to discover them. Like if you didn't know the IP address or you didn't have static IP addresses for them, they should be discoverable. But that's actually turned into, I don't even know how many hours we've been working on this. All right, so yeah, let's get it to work. So let's we're just gonna go the hard-coded route, the same way the Python script is. I think that makes the most sense right now. and we'll add something for it. KeyLight. So we want to, nope. Why is there a KeyLight Go directory in there? Oh, I didn't go up far enough, probably. All right, and then we want to also remove that bonjour file. All right. We can remove this. We're going to remove all of the discovery logic. All of this is going to go. And then we're going to open up one of our other modules. We'll just look at the hue. Oh, we don't need that. So we're going to create a type. We're going to call it config. It's a struct. And so far, we're just going to have lights. And that's just going to be a slice of strings. And we're going to add a JSON tag just to be explicit, saying this is lights. All right. Then we can error equals JSON unmarshal. And whoa, I don't know what I did there. So we need the data first, which is this raw message, and then we need the use K to open docs. That's quite possible what I hit. All right, I actually thought we were gonna get to some other refactoring today and all kinds of stuff, and wow, was I off. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna go config.lights. Do we care what the light options are? I guess we're gonna get rid of this whole library. Well, we do have some. Well, yeah, we're not going to use that whole library for that. So let's look at this, because let's see how they implement it just to get an idea. Now that I've installed all kinds of crap on my system that I'd have no idea if I want or need. I should probably take some notes of all of that crap. Okay, so this is the client. It does a put. Okay. So when we're sending this stuff, we do a put. So we do need to get sort of like this logic. We're gonna borrow these. KeyLight light copy. KeyLight options. Okay, so this is the like KeyLight options that we want. I don't like the KeyLight light thing. We're just gonna call this a light. And then this is on this other weird thing. Maybe not. Oh, right. It's on a list of options. KeyLight options, right? I still don't quite understand why the options has a list of lights. It's still light options contains a list of lights. Wait, what? Alright. Alright, so we have a light. The light has options. This is just their copy logic. And I don't know whether we really care about the settings. KeyLight options. I don't really care about that. What are we passing? So this is target. What is target? The type of target. Target is an interface. Will this bot be like the night bot or something like that? Yeah, so the concept behind this bot is that lots of people build bots that for their own channels, and they're very tied to their channels. And so you either have to write your own, or you end up having to modify the crap out of somebody else's to get all of the like hard-coded stuff to theirs out. And then what if you don't know how to program or know how to program well? You're kind of limited by what you can do with some of the bots like the Streamlabs one or the Nightbot or things like that. So the idea behind this one is that it's completely extensible. So there's all these modules that provide actions, and then you can create a config file out of JSON that allows you to do like that's a trigger. That's not what we want. So you end up being able to create your own commands. So this is what's typed in chat, you know, the number of points it costs to run it, and then you just have a string of actions. And those are all those things that are exposed by those modules, and you just create a list of them and it goes through in order. So in this particular case, it changes, it calls the room hue action, passes these arguments, but in this particular case, this is the second parameter on the chat, gets mapped to this hue argument. So whatever you type in chat is going to change, override that hue value. And then that's it. And then it runs this second thing, which runs the alert thing on our hue. And then it sleeps for 1 second. And then alerts again. So that basically causes a blink twice. So it allows you to kind of like program just using these lists. And so the only reason you'd have to write code is if you want to introduce new actions to the bot. And then hopefully we'll build a web interface to be able to string this stuff together so you don't have to, you know, write all of this JSON yourself. What do you mean by can it refer to itself and do recursion? Like individual modules? I mean, I suppose they could. Okay, so what were we doing here? So we're looping over that. I don't remember whether we need all this. I'm going to delete all of this. All right, so this is us getting that. We should be able to fetch the lights. Oh, did we close it? We did close it. All right, so this is the client. We don't really care about that. We want... Is it in the structs? Where's the paths? That is what I'm interested in. That's just that. %s. What are you substituting? Where's path coming from? Oh, it's coming into those. All right, so yeah, okay. So here we go. Call a command the way the chat does. Okay, so here's what our JSON's gonna look like. 192.168.1.17 is one of them. Oh, and it's like 9123. Was that the port? Y'all remember? Yeah. Okay. So this is exactly if we go get the light settings. Okay. What are our other options here? We don't want accessory info. It's just /lights, right? Okay. So this is what we're looking for on brightness. And now I don't know if we try to post to it, whether we have to post all of the information. So we're just going to try this. Gets magnifying glass. Oh. There we go. Actually, you know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to take a quick bio break, and I'll be right back. If I can remember. All right, I'm back. Now here's the real question. Oh, the bot wasn't on. I was waiting for somebody to do the scene thing. Oh, let me turn the bot on while we're doing this, so everybody can play with the. Oh, light declared not used. Line 49. We're gonna comment this up just so the bot's usable while we're working on this. JSON unmarshal non-pointer KeyLight config. What? Oh. There we go. Bot is functional. Cut the music. Now someone do the scene command. Oh. Did the music cut? Do I not have desktop audio on that scene? I'll have to remember to add that if I don't have it on that scene. Okay, so that's working. So this is our JSON. Left you in silence. Okay, well that's easily fixed. Here, I will add that to my to-do list over here. I guess I haven't noticed because I rarely ever like walk away from the computer while I'm streaming. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. We already created that type, right? On temperature, brightness, right? So, and a light options is what Do we really need that? I don't think we need a pointer to that. A handwritten note. No, I just opened my laptop and did it there. Okay. So we need to assemble this. So I guess we need to go get it first. So let's do an HTTP. Wait, we need to do it inside the loop. So we need to do an HTTP dot get, and the URL is going to be a fump sprint. No. Yeah, fump dot sprintf. And that's going to be our host. We're going to make them include the port slash, what was that URL? Elgato lights, right? Yes. Elgato lights, and that's going to be our light. All right, and this should be, I think it returns an error too, doesn't it? Nope, just a response. Wait, okay, what are you yelling at me for? Is it, all right. We're gonna need to, do you use any to-do lists, OneNote Todoist? So I'm actually in between to-do apps because I've got a variety of them. I'm obviously using like GitHub to track issues, and then some team stuff I do in a planner board. But then I used to use Task Warrior on Linux, which seems like it hasn't been updated. I'll probably start using that again. But I did have OmniFocus on like my Apple devices, so I don't use that because I don't really touch. Only my phone is the only Apple device I use now, so I don't really use that anymore. So I will probably go back to this Task Warrior application, which is completely command line. Oh wait, it's just error. No. Client do. Yeah. No. Okay, so we do get a response, and we need to decode the body. That's right. And oops. Error F. Error fetching light info. We're going to pass you a light and then the error. Go is a great language to learn for programming. When I first started learning Go, I wasn't convinced that it was a good language for beginners. But the more I've used it, my thoughts on that have actually changed. And there are obviously parts of the language that are confusing to beginners, but I think it's also quite possible to write a lot of Go without touching those particular parts either. All right, is that going to work? Why changed? Just the more I use it and everything, the more I've sort of seen that. There are lots, Xanus. There are lots of iPads in my living room. All of the kids have it. Wait, we need a book one. All right. Project. All right. Ah, it broke. Okay. Well, as soon as I fix this error, there will be a book command now. All right. We can fix this real quick. Line 51. What's our issue? Unexpected : equal at end of statement? What? Whoa. How did that end up there? That was weird. Line 51, what did we break? Blame it on NVIM. It's totally NVIM's fault. It's definitely not my fault. Oh wait, we need HTTP here too. But, oh, we are missing that at the end. All right, what are we missing here? Missing condition and if statement. Yep. Error not equal to no. All right. You distracted me, everybody. There we go. Now there should be a book command. Okay, so what were we doing? Oh, so this gets our light. So we're not really doing anything with this. We're decoding it to error. Why are we decoding it to error? Let's change this to L. All right. Now we're going to create a var light. It is a light. It's options. Okay. If not, then we should make it to this point and we should be able to print our light out. All right. Is it true that once you have written a book, you no longer find it useful to read further books? That is totally untrue. Wait, normal people list the book they are reading. Eric lists the book he has written. Well, that's because you all asked that. I typically don't advertise my own stuff. I am terrible at marketing myself, I will tell you that. That's all of your job. If you like the stuff I do, then you all market it and I will just try to work on cool stuff. I would be a terrible salesman. All right, error fetching light info parse light name. Oh, because we didn't actually update the config with a legitimate light. When we did that, this was just like us messing around. So this was 192.168.1. 168.1.17 was one of them. What was the other one? 242? Does that sound right? The number of times we have opened this, we should probably just have left it open. It's a good book, by the way. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It needs, I think it does need like an update, and I've often considered trying to do a second edition, but it is so much work to write a book, everybody. Like, I knew it was going to be a lot of work, and then it was like 10 times as much work as that. And it wreaks havoc on just stress of time to get done and meet deadlines, and then getting technical reviews back are just so brutal. Okay, we're getting closer. Oh, because we didn't put the port. What was the port? 9123. I swear we'll get this eventually. Well, it's not going to strobe, but we should at least have the info. Okay, so error unmarshalling, non-pointer type. Ah. That's the second time today I've passed a value instead of a pointer into unmarshal, and we should know better. I should know better. Oh, okay, and so that's just giving me I don't think I care that that is a pointer. I'm not going to reuse it. An undeclared amount of time later, it works, yeah. Remember, we were going to knock this out like in the very beginning. Like, I found a library. We can just talk to it. Okay, so here's our values. All right, we're good. So now we have that. And so what we're going to do now is we have our light options. What we're going to do is we now have power. So now we have light dot. We need to loop over them. So now we need a 4. All right, we've got the word light entirely too many times. So, let's change this to just address, because that's, I mean, that's represents it more. What that is it's an address. Okay, and then this is, I don't know. Let's just call it opt, because it's options. Now this can be options.lights. Okay. Now we should be able to type light dot on, and we're going to set that to if a.args on is true, then we are going to set that to true. And then I guess if we just automatically set light dot, I guess we could ignore it. We could leave it whatever it is. So we'll do that. We'll copy this, and then we'll say if it's false, then we'll set it to false, which means that if it's neither of these things, if it's neither of these things, then we effectively set it to whatever it currently is. And I think that that's probably a good API. Okay. And now we need to do a, I don't think we can do an HTTP put. Can we? Yeah, we can only do a post. Boo. But they do a put, and we can just steal this logic. So we need to encode all, well, we'll just steal all of their. We're just going to steal their logic. All right, because this is going over each. So we've got two loops here. One, the outer loop is the is our IP addresses, and then internally they're tracking like a number of things, which is just weird. Okay, so there's our buffer. I don't really know why. I mean, that's a weird way of doing it. You could also do a buff equals bytes dot new buffer. Well, I guess yeah. I mean, it's effectively the same thing, right? And I mean, we could reuse this, but for now we'll do this. All right, so undeclared name body. What? Oh, because body is our ops. Op. Okay. We don't need all of this. We just need ADR. And I'm going to ignore that. We're just going to hard code the path. The path was Elgato lights. All right. And now new request with context. There's our URL. There is our buffer. All right, there's our client. Okay, so now we've got our HTTP client. I'm gonna like trip over my headphone cable here. Okay, so this is going to do our HTTP request, our put, turn our error. We're gonna close the body when we're done, and we're not returning anything here. So I guess what we should really do is, what does it, I'm curious what it brings back. It's probably exactly what it is. So we could probably just look at response dot status code. So let's ignore that for now, and we'll add a to do. To do read response body and check HTTP status code. This code base is so littered with to-dos of things that we just like kick down the field a little further. But that's what happens when you were just writing stuff on stream. Okay, line 75. Oh. And then 83. All right, here we go. No. Why did you not work? Yeah, they should, just like the quick fix list. I wonder whether it shows up in, what's the command for the quick fix list? Ah, so rusty, so rusty. Oh, it's lowercase. No. Does NVim not have it? Okay, so yeah, if we do this. I used to use it in regular Vim all the time, and now I'm forgetting my hotkeys. I'm like trapped in this. I'm like not quite good at VS Code because I didn't use it long enough, but like used it just long enough to get rusty in Vim. Okay, so I guess maybe we need to. Well, I didn't see an error return, so let's print out the response dot status. So we got 200 okay. So is it our command? All right, I'm going to spit this out before we do the put. Buff, we're encoding opt. So let's cannot convert buff type bytes dot buffer. Oh, I thought it was just a regular. Buff dot string. Every time I talk to TJ about implementing something, it is either already there or about to be pushed to front. Yeah. We're gonna get this, I swear. Okay, so. Oh, wait a second. So we're sending on every time. Is this our own issue? KeyLight. Power on. Oh, equals false. And then true because we made it be explicit. Let's slow it down. 5 seconds. So that is false. That is true. Okay. So let's go check this logic. So we're looping over our lights. And then if on, right? On is set to true. Wait a second. Where are we using light at? We're calling in code. And is this... Nope, it's not a pointer. And why are we... Oh, because there's 2 lights being called twice. So why? Let's see. Like, is that logic even being hit? What am I missing? Oh. Setting to off. What am I missing? Ah, crap. All right. So this is another rookie mistake, everybody. You got to be careful with the loops like this. All right. So in this particular case, this light only exists for the context of this loop. So it does not matter that I'm setting it here. And in fact, the fact that I don't have pointers here also matters. So really what I want is this. I want op.lights I. Okay. So that's our issue. The other thing to be very careful of here too is if you ever need a pointer, like say that this was still a pointer of lights or whatnot, if we take the address of this thing, the address of light will be the same every iteration of the loop. So this is created one time and one time only, and every iteration through this, the compiler is just pushing the value from that into the memory it already allocated. So do not take the memory address of this. You want to do, you know, A equals light. So now you're creating a copy of light and then taking the address of that. Are you with me? Light declared and not used. Where? Line 64. Oh. Yeah, because we don't really care. And boom. Too bad that lights didn't come on like right as the song dropped. Oh, that would have been priceless. All right, hold on. I turned it off so that we could make it 1 second. Now hit it, Rocker Boo. It's all you. There we go. I wonder if we could go. Can we go? Let's see whether we can make this go faster. Oh, yeah. So I haven't got the VST plugins working yet. That's actually been quite the challenge on Linux. It's not in the default build. I compiled my own OBS and OBS VST thing. I'm still working on trying to get that going. It's been a mission. Let's see. There we go. Can we make it a fraction of a second? Can we? I mean, because that's really what we want, right? Yeah, there we go. Well, yeah, 0.5 seconds. Correct. I mean, technically 1 second is a fraction of a second, right? It's just 100% of it. So I mean, we could implement it where either we sit here and copy and paste this and make it happen 5 times, or we could add a strobe effect. Account. Not in the current implementation because just the way this is implemented. I'm just thinking of a way that we could introduce the concept of a number of times that something should occur. Because that would be pretty cool. Either like in action that embeds JSON of other actions and it says to like loop through it. I mean, but then we start getting this like nested structure, right? Just thinking out loud here. Like in theory, we could have an action that says that's name is, repeat or something, right? And then its args are thanks for the follow, Indebo. So yeah, so we could do something like this, right? And then name. I'm just trying to think of, because args is a thing on there, right? It is. And user arg map. So args, we could probably do something like actions. And then we could nest the JSON. But I mean, that feels kind of ugly. I feel like there's a better way to do that. And I mean, obviously you could implement your own module that called these actions itself too, right? In fact, we do that. Our built-in module calls the Twitch say action. Anything that says anything in chat does that. Action count, then do a loop. So that would work if the blink of the light was the command. So for the blink of the hue lights, that does work because the hue lights are actually handling the blink in that case. In our case, these lights do not do that. So we could quickly do this, right? So this is a power action. We haven't implemented the brightness action yet. I wanted to do that, but I suppose it's identical to this, except so we can get the state of the bulb. We kind of already are to do this, but we could do this, we'll change this one to a blink action, right? Blink. Let's, where's our init? We'll implement that later, but let's just call this one blink. Because we could implement this pretty quickly. Blink. So once we did that, we could put an argument for number of times. Right, so my thought is that a blink would probably already embed its time. So in this case, we could say, right, we could have a count, right? A count argument. We're going to say var count equals 1. If there's no count, nope, we're going to say if there is a count, then we're going to set count equal to whatever that is. All right. So we're going to override that count. Cannot use value type string as int value. Ah, we're going to have to do a parse int on it. Of freaking course. All right. We'll come back to this in a second to do. Parse count. Okay. So we have our count. That's a number of times we're going to do it. I would assume the LEDs are okay. They're meant to be dimmed and things.
Sir, I believe
Yeah.
this person has questionable motives. Are you quite sure they can be trusted?
So yeah, you would tie all of this to probably points, right? Okay, so we'll parse this in a second. I just want to finish this thought. So we'll look at the count. The other thing that we want to look at is maybe the duration, which we would also want to parse, right? And var, we might call that like a what do we call it? 250 times time dot milliseconds. Oops. Okay, so we need to do parse duration. Okay. And then in this case, we should be able to just for I equals 0, right? I is less than count I plus plus. Then we should just be able to call the power action and we should be able to just pass it all of the same stuff that we had. Oh no, we're gonna have to switch the arguments. So we'd want to set a dot args on equal to true, right? Then we would sleep, oops, for whatever that duration is, right? Then change that to false. Undeclared name time. What's going on, Punchy Penguin? What? Undefined time millisecond. Is it just millisecond? Yeah. Okay. So we can parse all of this. Oh, actually here. This will save us a little typing. We can go to our modules hue.go, and we already have some stuff to parse logic, right? No, I thought we had a parse duration in here. Oh no, that's in the modules bot. I suppose at this point I could have just wrote it, right? All right. So here's our duration. And we don't want to do that. Okay. Okay, so there's our duration. Let's see. All right, and now we need to parse this. So now count is going to be count error. We already have count there. Okay, so this is going to be a strconvert.parse parse int. Why is that not completing? It's funny because now like these things don't, the autocompletes are a little weird at points, and then I start questioning my own knowledge of the standard library. Because watch, this is going to be exactly what I think it is. Yeah. Parse int. So what the crap? All right. So then we have, and now weird. Okay, so, oh, it's yelling at me because what? We're gonna blame mvim. All right, so it's base 10 and it's a 64-bit integer. We're gonna call it. Oh, 64. Oh, thanks so much for gifting all the subs, Punchy.
Wonders may never cease. We have received a new subscriber, sir.
That's so much appreciated, Punchy. Still a very new channel. I'm just starting to kind of amp up how much I do this stuff.
Wonders may never cease. We have received a new subscriber, sir. Wonders may never cease. We have received a new subscriber, sir.
Yeah, lots of first badges.
Wonders may never cease. We have received a new subscriber, sir.
All right, can't use. Oh, because that's going to be an int 64.
Wonders may never cease. We have received a new subscriber, sir.
And we're just going to cast this. All right. Now let's try it. Okay, so now what we should be able to do is come over here to our strobe, and we can get rid of all of this logic, and then we can just turn this into a, oh wait, a blink. Did we name it that? What did we name it when we registered? Okay, we did name it blink. Okay, so now we're gonna blink. On does not matter, and we give it a count, and we'll say 5 times, and then we did give it a duration, and the duration was gonna be 0.25 seconds. Just catching up on chat here. What sound for the subscriber? Oh, yeah. No, I think the bot is the subscriber thing.
Wonders may never cease.
Or was
We
it
have
him?
received a new subscriber, sir.
Yeah. So I think Rockerboo has volunteered to do all of the sound effects until the bot supports him. All right, so we've got it blinking 5 times, and each time is 0.25 seconds. Oh, wait. We need to we're going to have a bit of an issue here because we need to make sure that we sleep that time after as well. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. What do I need a bot for? I mean, just think about the amount of time I could have saved if I just hired Rockerboo to do it. Action command, actions args. Cannot unmarshal number into struct field. What? Cannot unmarshal number. Oh. Because all arguments are strings just due to the nature of the way we have to pass them around. So one thing we could do now that, remember in our config logic, we just passed all of that data down, but I suppose we could do that. If you let scene toggle it would be great. Yeah, I mean, so we already have some of that. I just have to introduce more scenes. He's young, dumb, and needs the money. Perfect fit. Rockerboo, you gonna let them talk to you like this? Oh. Okay, so we should now have strobe. Oh, wait. We need to ensure that they come back on. Oh, wait. We have that reversed. This should be false. Then true. And then we don't need that. And I also feel like we should probably up this a little. I think that works. I don't know whether we need 5 times, maybe like 3. No, oh, wait, yeah, that went a lot more times than I think. I think our loop's in the wrong place. No, we still do, so we still do need that sleep. All right. All right, that's looping more than 5 times. Or... hold on. Let's find all our print lines here, because that's definitely happening more times than we expect. All right. So that's off on. How many times have we, oh, because I didn't save that JSON file. All right, now let's try it. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thanks for the follow, Genius CC. Oh, raided me. Thanks for the raid, GNU. What's going on? What are you all working on? And Punchy, we know all about that rave stuff.
An unauthorized connection has been detected.
Start doing the... I need my glow sticks. Oh. What time is it going to be?
An unauthorized connection has been detected.
All right. Where did we end up? So we don't need this anymore. So we probably need to, so we have this to do, and we can probably abstract this out to its own thing. Oh, let's move our Go mod file here. What's going on, GNU? What were you streaming today? We're gonna get rid of that. Yeah, so you all have to time that now. All right. I was streaming development of a bot library in Kotlin and French. Oh, that's cool. See, I was just talking to somebody earlier about that, how I feel like, you know, writing a bot is the rite of passage for, you know, Twitch streamers. Here, let's get some like really crazy colors going. Oh wow, you don't really see the color, the pink there. Let's see, blue. Yeah, now you see it. Takes not in Vim, must write bot. You're a developer, you want to stream, first step, develop your own bot. Yeah, and I think that the way everybody writes their bots makes it so you're forced to write your own because everybody's are so tied to their own stream. Thanks for the follow, CastDX. All right, so I don't know whether we have time to finish up what we were working on here. Thank you so much for the follow, Dreams.
Interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
Yeah, you all are slacking. So, GNU, here's the secret. You just got to give the ability for people to... Thanks for the follow, Robotic. So you just have to give the ability for sounds and lights and things to your audience, and then let them handle it. Oh.
Someone finds you interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
Oh. Oh, too funny. Yeah, yeah. So he is
Sir, please. It is not only your reputation at stake here. Do be careful. This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
So these robot butler things, it's just a funny idea that I had that I really...
Don't you have more important tasks ahead, sir? If you shave one more yak today, you could start your own farm.
So I had this idea. I really wanted like a really kind of like rude and sarcastic Jarvis. And so I paid a voiceover artist to create these for me. Oh.
Perhaps another rubber ducking session is in order, sir.
Yeah, these things are hilarious.
Sir, if I may be so bold as to speak for the viewers, you clearly seem to be enjoying yourself, but we haven't got all day.
Yeah, it's super creative.
What was the other one? Oh yeah, I like one of my favorites is the yak ones in this one.
It appears that we've detected another Heisenbach, sir. Or rather, we haven't.
That, however, oh yeah, that one is not a voice actor. So the super creative one is because when I was on my Windows machine, I had a VST plugin, and I allowed the bot to communicate with OBS over a WebSocket to apply filters to my voice. And Rocker Boo was like on point. I think I was talking about like 8-bit remakes of music. And I was like, it's super creative. And at the time, he had applied that high-pitched tone to my voice. And then it got clipped and turned into a sound from my channel. and for BeaconBot's channel. Yeah, it was perfect timing. So, but yeah, the voice actor thing is really, really funny to do. Oh, to have the, yeah. So I think I'm probably not going to start on any new stuff right now, just because I think in order to implement it, it would take a while. If anybody has any questions about the bot or any of the stuff we're controlling with it that we're working on right now, I'm happy to answer those. If not, maybe we can all raid Aaron, AR Schless. If you all were on BeaconBot's channel, you know who he is. He's streaming right now. We can raid him. See you later, Janyo. Have a good one. Thanks again for the raid. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Yeah, Punchy, hit me up. I'll be around. You know, I'll be doing the dinner thing, you know, for a little bit, and then I'll be on working on stuff on my computer again. But I try my best to, you know, make sure dinner time is totally family time. But I'll be offline for probably about 2 hours. But you know, I'll be available through Whisper or whatnot too. All right, let's do it. Raid AR Schless. In case anybody was curious, that's how you actually pronounce Aaron's handle, because his name is Aaron Schlesinger. So when you say it, it's not Arschels, it's AR Schless. All right, everybody.
Intruder alert.
Thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry we didn't make it further. I actually thought that we would have had this part finished in like the first 20 minutes and we would have moved on to stuff. But, you know, hey, you were there to support me in the struggle. I may stream late tonight too. I don't know yet, but I will definitely be back at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to stream. Thanks again, everybody. Let's do this. Let's go get Aaron. Thanks, Robotic. Yeah, definitely come back tomorrow.
Welcome, Raiders. What's up, Punchy Penguin? Welcome, welcome. Rockerboo, welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Yeah, we're doing Kubernetes. So, all right, we got a lot more people. Zenus, welcome back. Punchy Penguin, good to see you. We are doing good. Let's, all right, so what's next? Dreams Owner, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
To the greatest show on earth.
So, yeah, Zenus. I mean, last time we hadn't figured it out, so I'm going to knock on wood.
And welcome
but I
to the
think
greatest
Jennifer and I
show
both
on
figured
earth.
out our mic problems. I think.
I think so.
Knock
Yeah.
on wood. My desk is
Yeah.
made of some kind of wood, so I can knock on that. So, oh yeah, Brave Cobra. Yes, it definitely does keep a list of the previous